Pretty much everyone and their dog has a side hustle these days, and dog walking or Uber driving might work for some people, but I'm better with tech than I am with organisms. What's a socially awkward penguin to do? Hang on, I've got it! There's all this broken tech all over sites like eBay and Craigslist. Maybe I could fix it up and flip it for profit. Man, where to start? I mean, I used to be pretty good at fixing bent pins. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna buy some 4-parts AM4 processors that don't look too far gone. We're gonna set a timer, fix them, and find out how much we can pay ourselves to do this kind of work with minimal tools. How about this one, 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 and this one? Well, I mean, they're not here yet. But while we wait, how about we do this segue to our sponsor? MSI. It's autumn and leaves aren't the only thing that's falling. It's prices too. MSI's Fall Ready Hauls sale is here to help you save on your next laptop, gaming handheld, and more. Check out the sale using our link in the video description. Before we could try to fix anything, something already went wrong. We ordered a total of 6 CPUs, but as you can see, I'm holding only 5. Thankfully, the one that didn't show up was canceled and refunded by the seller, so we haven't lost any money. At least not yet. Let's give everybody their assignments.
I've never unbent CPU pins before, but I think I'm a good candidate for this because I'm a fairly handy guy, I'm a fairly DIY guy. Like, I've rented out a kitchen before. I can do things, but I've never done this.
It's been a while since I've done this, but I have repaired pins on like older CPUs before and like CPU sockets and motherboards, so I've got some experience at least, just not super recent.
I have fixed bent pins.
All right.
That's about as far as I've gotten. I've never soldered pins.
My experience level is pretty low, but of the probably, I'd say, 10 to 30 CPUs that I've fixed over the years, I have above a 90% success rate.
All right, so I get a 5700X, and how many problem pins are there? Okay, first thing I'll say is these are really small. I could like naked eye this, but it would be a lot harder. I'm grateful for this thing. This is actually a good way to check because you can see they're all orderly and you can see gaps between each row. So if there's anything that's wonked over, you would see it fill that gap. The only bent pins are on the corners, over here and over here. This is a game changer having it on this thing. There they are, 3 amigos. This microscope is so sweet. This is gonna make it so much easier. Oh, there's more bent pins than I thought on this corner. I thought it was 1, but it's 4, maybe even 6. 2 things I'm worried about with this task is, number 1, I don't know how many times you can bend it this way and that before it just snaps right off. Number 2, I don't know if these are solid gold or just plated, and I worry that if I were to grab it with like a plier, that I would strip off a coating and then it would no longer function as it's supposed to. Do you know the answer to these questions?
I do not.
I'm still at a 4 confidence, but I don't know if I can do it in an hour, but maybe I can do it in 10 minutes. I really don't know. I'm gonna start with the spudger and the microscope and let's go. Oh my God. The spudger is like wider than the gap between rows. I may not be able to use this tool. Okay, I might use a razor blade instead. Okay. The other thing I don't know is how straight do they need to be? What's the margin for error? Looking at the socket, each pin has a hole, so if it's off a bit, it should just get snapped into place.
That's the theory.
Not snapped in the bad way, snapped in the good way.
You don't want to have to force it, but like it's got a tiny bit of give at least.
It almost looks like I'm done here, but but then when you turn it this way, you're like, oh yeah, those. I need a helping hand, so because can I use my nose to adjust the focus? Okay, so I previously was working on these ones, and now I'm gonna go over to this one. So this is a mechanical pencil, and the tip is a hollow cylinder, and apparently you can actually fit the pins in that hollow cylinder and then just manipulate them that way. I think I'm gonna give that a shot, because I love the idea of just being able to use a tool you might have lying around the house. We got her on there. Now the question is, will I have enough feedback to like know what's happening? That looks really straight up and down. We'll pull it off. Did we make progress? Oh yeah, not bad. It's not perfect yet. That one is still wonky. That one right on the corner. I'm digging this pencil trick, but I don't know if I can get these ones because they're so leaned over, they're touching the neighbor. Yeah, I don't think this pencil is gonna work for this application. All right, where's my trusty razor blade? This is like when Luke just uses the Force instead of that tracking system. I think I'm pretty good here, guys. Going into this, I thought the definition of bent pin was like really leaned over, and now I'm realizing it might just be like a little leaned over. and that is worrisome. Aha. Oh, she's in. All right, let's send it. Let's go! 21 and a half minutes. CPU information, AMD Ryzen 5700X, 8-core processor. Ploof, that's the win condition. You see ploof, you win. Cinebench is running fine. All the numbers are within expectations, so I'd say we're done. We made the money. I hope the other guys are doing at least this well, but who knows?
All right, what do we got? It looks like a couple of rows are bent, but I think maybe I can get them all at the same time with like a razor or something. I like to stick it onto something a little more substantial to hold on to just to make it easier. So I've got some double-sided tape on a cork here. Probably better than a half dozen bent pins, but they're not very bent. This is almost like not bent enough. Like, I don't think I would have tried to sell this on eBay. I would have tried to fix it. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. I think that's pretty good. I think this is a broken chip that someone just kind of creatively bent, because I would have tried to fix that myself. All right, here goes nothing. 3700X, running 3600 megahertz. Voltages are good, CPU looks good. Let's see if we Windows. There we go. That guy again. Everything looks okay to me. Let's see a Cinebench. Yeah, not too bad. Well, let's take a look at your chip.
Okay, this one, probably the one labeled me. 3 pins on the very corner, it seems. Oh, and I see maybe one that's bent in the bottom right corner by the triangle. So 3 missing pins and a slightly bent pin.
All right.
But 3 pins all beside each other on the edge there, and like the most open edge, the corner, I think I'm, we'll find out.
The confidence is jumping up and down.
Yeah, it's jumping all over the place, right? Like, oh.
All right.
I am not having fun. I think even if my life depended on this, I would die. I like genuinely would not be able to get this done. I think it's dust. Yeah, I think I gotta call it. I'm sorry.
No worries, man. You just gave it a good try.
I hear you need some help.
Elijah had some trouble with soldering on some missing pins there.
I have tons of soldering experience and working on small electronics, so I figured I might be able to do something.
All right.
So I'm gonna give it a shot.
So scale of 1 to 5 then, how confident are you?
Probably about a 6.
Okay, that's awfully confident. All right, take a look.
All right. Yeah, he mashed that one pretty good, eh? See, for me, it's not the getting them off part that's gonna be difficult. It's the getting them back on part is gonna be fun.
First things first, probably try just straightening out the ones that are still there.
Are you still at a 6?
Steadily dropping down to a 4. So glad this isn't like a for realsies thing, because I would have been fired. No way.
All done?
All done. Got one.
That's time.
Heck.
So how many more do you have to do?
8.
Okay, that's not too bad though. You think it's a viable side hustle?
Not replacing pins. Unbending them, sure, but if you're replacing them, there's no feasible way to make $1 off this.
All right, thank you.
Now it's my turn. Oh, dude. Oh, there's a bad one. I don't want any hints. I don't want to know how. Oh, dude. There's 2 like that. Oh, dang. Those are both pretty mangled. And there's a fair number of other ones with minor bends all along the edges here. What did they do to you? My poor boy. Check it out. Just like the scribe driver, but a mechanical pencil.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Where do I get it?
Nowhere yet. Yeah, got him. Wait, you started already?
Yeah.
Jeez, Jordan.
Hey, you were poking at pins before.
Well, I was looking at it. What I want to do is I want to really get under that pin and see if I can get it to slightly less bent over without ripping it off. If I rip it off, I'm gonna have to put a new pin on it, which means I need a donor CPU and I need a lot more time. It's hard to get under this guy. You can really see, boy, is that it. This is the smallest flathead in the iFixit kit, and it's still kind of hard to get it under there. Wait. I figured out what they did.
Oh?
I think they put it into the socket the wrong way, Jordan. I wonder if they like had it the wrong,
rotated
had it
something.
oriented the wrong way or something. Dude,
Is that totally done?
I think I may have nailed it. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be completely straight. Yep. It just has to go in.
That'll get in there.
Hey, she's in. Now, just because she's in the socket doesn't mean I want to fire up the board yet. I want to see if I like really mashed one down. Because if I fire it up while I've got a pin mashed down, who knows what's going to happen, right? At least that way I get another shot at it.
You only get one shot.
One opportunity. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, so it took me 15 minutes. Ryzen 5 3500. How much did I pay for this thing? 30 bucks?
30 bucks.
30 bucks! Dude, 15 minutes.
I did it faster.
Well, not the same CPU. The point is that, aside from some overhead here, I can afford to pay myself 80 bucks an hour to fix this CPU. Dude, I'm feeling good.
Challenge number 2 for Mr. Linus.
I get a bonus CPU.
He gets 2 because neither of them is worth that much.
That's why they call me the boner,
Oh dear.
because I get a bonus CPU.
And
Bonus tech tips. Okay, sorry. What are we talking about? This time I get a 3500X. This also seems like it's not in very bad shape. Wait, is this just fine?
They said it's missing a pin. I couldn't find it.
Now, occasionally, you're gonna buy stuff that's for parts and it's just gonna be dead. Okay, stop the clock. I think I'm ready to test this thing because I do not see a missing or bent pin on it. Well, she went in the socket easily. Yeah, nothing was bent on it. Before this fires up or doesn't, what's my potential profit here?
15, 20 bucks.
Okay. Oh, I just saw the keyboard light up. Holy crap, did we just get a for part CPU that's just perfectly fine? No way. 6-core processor, all 6 cores. There they freaking go. She's turboing, baby.
Yep.
And she seems like she's working just fine.
Now, what if I told you that actually is missing a pin?
A missing pin doesn't necessarily mean a broken CPU though. That's true. Sometimes they have unused pins or ground pins that are extra. Vestigial pins, if you will. Dude, I feel bad about missing it though. Naughty Linus.
Eyes are getting old, man. Here, pop it out, we'll take a look.
And there she is.
Yep.
How'd everybody do?
So James took about 20 minutes.
How'd yours go?
Took me about 8 minutes, and I got it working fine.
How about Elijah?
Elijah had a bad time.
Did we sabotage Elijah?
Elijah has never soldered before, and he had one that was missing 3 pins in the corner, and it didn't go well. Justin ended up cleaning it up and getting 1 pin back onto it in the time allowed. It's been through some shit.
Something to watch for is sometimes you can get away with sticking a little piece of metal into the socket.
That's true too.
As long as you can get a good contact here. I actually had a CPU that I put into my parents' system, an old tri-core. I think it worked for about 10 years like that, with a broken off pin on the
As long as you
CPU.
get the pressure right.
Yep, but with a little slightly overlong piece of metal in the socket so it would make contact. Should we try it? I was thinking maybe if that's memory channel B, maybe we could run it in single channel. That CPU I dropped, that Xeon back in the day, where I dented the corner of it, it did still work.
Yeah.
Just 5 of, I believe, 6 memory channels. No way, no way. There could still be issues. Are all of those pins memory channel B?
I'll double check.
Because if they aren't, then it might still work, but maybe one of our PCIe lanes is not functioning properly, right? Who knows?
That's all memory B.
Dude, she's in Windows. She's in Windows, brother.
I cannot believe that.
Let's run the numbers. James should be able to sell this CPU for about $135 US. And we're not able to completely ignore the cost of our tools, but they are good for more than just unbending pins. So let's take away a couple of bucks from his profit for that. That leaves him with $64 of profit for just over 20 minutes of work, a rate of $179 an hour. Not too shabby, assuming he can keep that pace up. As for Team Elijah, he didn't have such a good time. After 2 hours, his 5800X only works with a single memory channel. Now, he might still be able to sell that, albeit at a reduced price, but he wouldn't be making even close to minimum wage. As for Jordan's 3700X, well, doesn't have quite the profit potential of James or Elijah's chips, but he made up for it by being quick. He should be able to get close to 40 bucks after expenses, or around 285 an hour, though there's no way that that's a sustainable pace. As for me, I spent about 16 minutes on my 3500, and really, I just used the precision screwdriver, so I should see about $19 of profit coming back. $71 an hour if you're playing along at home. As for the 3500X, well, I didn't spend any time fixing this one, and I could get 20 bucks of profit there too, and I'm only out the time it took to test it and ship it. Not too bad. But is this a viable side hustle? Well, I think so, but there are some caveats. There is a lot of upfront risk. I'd say it's important to make sure that you are picking chips with good potential profit, picking ones where the seller clearly lays out what's wrong with them so you can claim something back if the issue is something else, and try to get chips with as few bent pins as possible so you're not wasting a ton of time before you can get right to this segue to our sponsor. Rocket Money. Quick, how many streaming services are you paying for? Okay, now quick, how many of them do you actually use? If your answer isn't all of them, then Rocket Money can help. Their app rounds up all of your subscriptions and lets you cancel them in just a couple of taps. That's right, all your subscriptions, even the ones that you completely forgot were draining your bank account. Heck, they'll even cancel them for you so you can spend more time saving money using their budgeting feature. It can analyze your spending habits and categorize where your money is going, so when you get close to the cap that you set, Rocket Money will go, hey dude, let's take it easy now, okay? Also, for those payments that you just can't get away from, like phone payments and such, Rocket Money can even negotiate those bills for you so you can save a buck or two. So join over 5 million Rocket Money users today who are saving more and spending less. Go to rocketmoney.com/LTT or click the link in the video description to get started for free or unlock even more features with premium. If you guys enjoyed this video, maybe you'll like watching us fix bent pins in a CPU socket. That can be even more finicky than this.